Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kegel Show. My name is Don Agent, and the show is going to look a little bit different this week because I'm actually interviewing our guest via Skype. Neil Stremmel, welcome to the show. What have you been up to lately, brother?
Hey, thanks, Don. It's good to see you. Good to talk to you. You know, this is the time of year where you get all the NBA players that are coming out and making their announcements and doing all different kinds of stuff. And LeBron, 8 years ago said he was going somewhere, and now just this year again, he's going to the Los Angeles Lakers. But I'd like to announce that I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. Okay, well, not South Beach, but south. I'm in New York, and so I'm going to go south to Lake Wales, Florida. I'm coming to Kegel.
I heard a rumor, brother. Congratulations for joining the Kegel team. You're now director of KBT and sport research, and we are all extremely excited. You and I have known each other for a number of years. I was always kind of familiar with your USBC background and the contributions to the sport of bowling that you've always helped with. Can you tell the audience some of the background that you've got that relates to the sport of bowling?
Yeah, obviously I worked at USBC for a long time. Even before that, my parents owned a center when I was a kid. I started bowling when I was like 3. I started working there when I was 13. I oiled lanes by hand, with the bug sprayer, so it's the good old days. But, then I went to USBC. I was director of research. Actually, it was with ABC, WIBC. I was director of research and then technical director after that, all in the equipment specifications area. And then after that, after USBC was formed, I became the managing director of the national governing body, which, is equipment specs and rules and coaching and Team USA and stuff like that.
And you also had, you had a pretty extensive educational background as well. Kind of what was that, prior to bowling?
Yeah, like I said, I grew up in a center, but then, I went to college, became a mechanical engineer, went to Bradley University. And so I've been a mechanical engineer and worked in a variety of industries, aerospace and nuclear power, and then obviously bowling. And actually now I work for the Acoustical Society of America, but I'm excited to come back to bowling. Even in nuclear power, I had some educational stuff where I taught, Lenny used to always razz me about this, I taught nuclear physics and accident analysis and root cause analysis, stuff like that. Good times. But I'm excited to get back to bowling. Yeah.
That was going to kind of bring me to my next question. And you've obviously voiced your excitement. Many people may not be aware, but I was personally aware that John Davis always hoped that you'd be part of this team as well as a bunch of us, because we obviously worked hand in hand throughout a lot of things, and I think we achieved a lot of great things as organizations over the years. Now that you're making the journey, what pumps you up about your new position and making the move to Florida?
Yeah, it had been quite a while in bowling, and I guess now it's been 2.5 years I've been out of bowling. So, it doesn't seem like a long time, but I guess I kind of needed a break. I needed, I was getting a little burned out. And so, 2.5 years has just been the right amount of time for me. I'm ready to get back into it and ready to start attacking some new problems. I'm going to be rusty. I need to relearn a few things, and I know how when I was involved, bowling just moves forward so fast. The technology changes so quickly. I'm going to have to relearn some stuff and catch up. So I'm looking forward to working with all the Kegel guys and getting back on board and back where I need to be, understanding what's going on.
What are kind of, I know you're going to be really heading up with Dennis Shears and Brandy and the entire KBT team. What exactly is your role going to be, or some of your responsibilities are going to be here when you start getting going?
Yeah, with KBT, it'll be, all the lab stuff, all the chemicals, that group is on top. They put out the best stuff that's available, have been for years. Kegel Bowling Technologies is really, on top of its game, and I need to work to make sure it stays on top. The sport research stuff, that's a separate area, and more like the stuff I used to do, just researching and understanding and seeing the trends and understanding where bowling is going. That's, sport research wise, it's a lot about tournaments and testing and research on balls and oil absorption and chemicals and their effect on the game and understanding that as best as possible.
That is outstanding. Out of those things, is there maybe specifically one or two things that you're going to be able to do some research on down here that maybe you wanted to do in the past and weren't able to achieve that test, or anything specific that really excites you going forward?
Yeah, there's a lot to learn, and I haven't had the time in the last 2.5 years to spend doing much. So in the last 2.5 years, I've thought about a few different areas to attack that I'm interested in, and oil absorption's got to be right at the top of the list. I was involved in the ball motion study, and we spent some time in that area, and the engineers we had back at the time, we attacked it, but technology is advanced enough that, there's definitely more to understand and learn there. And, that's going to be a key area of my job down there. So I need to understand it as best as possible. So I'm excited about just delving into that.
The oil absorption's been a hot topic, I think, on the circuit for years, especially within specific competitive groups, whether, you're at a tournament with them talking or even just sitting in the bar having a couple of drinks. And I think there's still a lot of theories, and even on our end as lanes people, there's theories about what oil absorption is and what that entails. But yeah, it would be nice to have some concrete, validated proof of what that terminology really represents.
Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned, it's once you delve into a topic, there's always more details. There's always more to learn. And so, we barely touched on it back when I was working on it before, but you could tell different colors had different oil absorption. So, you stop and think about that. It's crazy. So, what the colors come from, whether it's a dye or a pigment, has an impact on how it's going to absorb oil when it's on the lane. You think about all the balls and all the colors that are in each ball, and you just go on, and there's a lot there. And again, just keep going down and down and down into the details, and there's going to be a lot to learn. It's going to be fun.
Well, we've always prided ourselves as a company on trying to provide as much information to the public as we can, and having you on board is going to be just an absolute asset, I think, to get a lot more of that information going forward. Once again, Niels, welcome to the team, buddy. I mean, I can't wait to see you when you get down here in about a month. I hope your family has a safe move, and you guys have obviously a safe journey here with no hang-ups. And ladies and gentlemen, that really wraps up our show today. Hopefully we'll be doing some more videos on some of Neil's findings going forward, and stay tuned for all future episodes. Keep those wrenches turning. Have a wonderful day.